Okay, hold on. Okay, so it looks like it's gonna just let me live stream YouTube.
Oh, good. Oh,
Let me see if it's gonna let me live stream YouTube. Hold on. And with
I got a
it, and
message
with
that said
this,
it's being live.
and with this, people should be able to still like.
Yeah. So if you put it on Facebook, you should put up the event and see it on Facebook.
Okay. I didn't. What you say now? I didn't hear what you say.
So you should be able to open your separate Facebook page and see the live presentation. It'll be a
I don't know what happened here.
Well, offers one and offers no.
It consists of the same burger.
57. Try.
Yeah.
Is it on?
Hold on. Okay, so everyone should be able to get on this link, right? And they're just gonna bring them here.
Everybody got an invitation link to register. Register, then it'll give them the link to get on.
Okay, let me make sure I understand this. All right. I'm here. I don't even wait. Where's my
A small is like 3 hours.
my picture?
Yeah.
I see you, but I don't see myself. Hold on.
Oh, you said you don't have them?
No, it's just
To March 7th.
like,
Oh, what?
let's just wait for that one.
I get some ketchup and napkin. Hey man, can I get an extra bag?
No, not Super Seven. Yes, Super Seven only sells.
Oh, okay.
So did it end up working for you? No, I can't hear you.
I'm just letting Miss Jessica in now, and then I need to find that article I sent you so I can share screen it. Hey, Miss Jessica, she's trying to get in.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Good evening, Queen. How are you?
Finding yourself.
Fabulous. Give me a few minutes, and thank you for your patience. I'm going to pull up the article I shared with you.
Okay.
Like I said, I just would like to go ahead and introduce the topic before you get into your story, so that our audience will be able, they'll know, what preeclampsia is and
Okay.
why it's an important to know about it, and how I call it a plague in the African American women. It's a plague because it's so undetected. So give me just a few minutes. And we're going to start shortly. I do appreciate you coming on and being my guest.
No problem.
And,
Thank you.
And I'm just excited about this. Yes, thank you. Hello, Miss Jessica. Give me a few minutes. And
Okay.
Miss Rainisha, I see you. Give me a few minutes. Give me a few minutes. Hi.
Hi.
Okay. Miss Lashanya,
Hey, Mr. Lucas,
I think there's some other people
I
trying to
got
come
him.
on the call.
I got him.
And you also may want to see from your dashboard if you can control the recording and hit record.
Okay. We got these. And meet everybody, Miss Tamiko.
All right.
Hi, Miss Tamiko. Let me see. I don't. Let me. Okay, I apologize, everyone, that we're quiet. I am just trying to get some technical issues worked out. Happy Sunday, everyone. Thank you for joining the Mama Bear Show. If you guys can give me just a couple of more minutes, I promise we'll get started. I know it's your Sunday evening and tomorrow's a work week, but I do appreciate your patience.
No problem.
Okay, that's what I wanted to find out, how to record. All right, ladies and gentlemen, kings and queens, let's just get started. I do again want to thank you all for being patient. Welcome to the Mama Bear Show. I am LaShanya Brazil. The host, Shanya Breeze is my I want to say stage name for the show. I do appreciate Miss Jessica coming on and wanting to just share her story about preeclampsia. And I call it a plague in the African American community, and especially with our Black women. I am a pregnancy coach / doula, and often I have my clients coming to me with this very issue, and they have gone to doctors or they're, the gynecologist or the nurse practitioner, and it's overlooked. There's many reasons why it's overlooked. We also know that there's disparity in the health system when it comes to our African American people. They don't know how to treat us. They don't listen to us. We're underrepresented and all of the above, right? So that's another fight on our hands. And we just need to bring awareness. But preeclampsia is often the major issue. And also sometimes it can lead to serious health issues, not only for the fetus, the baby, I wouldn't say fetus, the baby, but the mom, and it can also lead to death. Because again, it's not enough awareness, and not enough the doctors or the professionals are not listening to our moms. So I'm going to just ask everyone to kind of just say who they are. I'll start off first. Again, I'm Miss LaShanya Brazil, and this is the Mama Bear Show, and I'm Shanya Breeze, doula, professional, mama, grandmother, all of the above. So I wear many hats. Community organizers. All right, and I'm going to go to Miss Rainisha. Did you introduce yourself, beautiful?
Can't hear you.
I can't hear.
Can't hear, Rainisha. Can't hear you.
Mm-mm. It shows unmuted, but you can't hear.
No?
I can hear you now.
You can hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry about that. My name is Renisha Anderson. Was invited here by Jessica. Her and I had the similar stories. It was funny because somebody introduced me to her because of her story. It was my best friend that introduced me to her. So her and I had a very similar story after speaking with her. Mine was probably a bit more different, but it's the same story. And I can't hear you.
Yeah, I can't hear anybody.
We can't hear you.
I was on mute.
There.
Did you hear me now?
Yes, we hear you.
I apologize for that. Yes, thank you for being here, Miss Renisha. I see Mr. Lucas from United and Guided on the call. Okay. Nope, you're on mute. You're on mute. What's everybody mute? Mute. There you go.
Okay, there you go. So today's class is about lip reading. I hope everyone is taking notes.
Right.
But thank you. I'm just happy to be here. Another great session by Miss Shania Breeze. Forward to all the great information we're going to learn today.
Thank you. Thank you. Miss Tamiko, you're on the bottom.
Yes, hi, I'm Tamiko Harvin, a special guest, Renisha Anderson, one of my best friends, and just wanted to come on tonight and support her and get all your good information.
Perfect. Thank you so much for being here. Mr. Mark.
Hello, how y'all doing?
I'm good.
Thank you for being here, Mark. And then I think Miss Jessica, our guest speaker.
Hello.
Okay. So again, like I said, we were on the subject for the ones that came in a little late. We're on the subject of preeclampsia. And I'm going to try my best to share my screen here. With the information that I have, for some reason my screen is having a little issue. But again, preeclampsia is a issue. It's a major issue in our community, and especially with our African American women. It's not at all. It's not at all, detected early enough, like it should be. And a lot of our moms, our babies are not receiving the mothers and the babies are not receiving the proper care in the early stage, so that it's not an issue, because it can cause a lot of damage, brain damage. It's where the blood is not getting to the placenta. And I'm still just trying to share my screen here, and it's just slow. Comcast, guys, I have Comcast, so that's my issue. But I don't think it's still loading, so that's okay. But it's when the blood, there's blood and the blood it's urine, and the blood is contaminated, and it can release a toxin. And the blood is supposed to flow easily to the uterus, to the placenta for the baby. That's where the baby lives. That's the sac where the baby lives. So if the blood is not flowing correctly, it can cause hypertension. It can cause brain damage. It can cause memory loss, appetite increase, weight loss. You're not supposed to lose weight when you're pregnant, right? And just a lot of lethargic. And I know a lot of moms detect this early, and it's usually around 20 weeks. 20 weeks is equivalent to 5 months. It's detected around 5 months or 20 weeks. And what happens is the doctors or nurses are not listening. It can be easily prevented with just medications. But sometimes, like I said, they'll tell you, oh, it'll just go away. There's no such thing as it'll go away. It's hypertension and it's high blood pressure. It's the pressure is not normal for the baby or the mama. And so it needs to be controlled. And they're not listening. They're not listening to our moms. And then again, like I said, I believe it is about 63 to 6% of moms, African American moms, are diagnosed with preeclampsia. Guess what though? After the fact, not before, but after. It could be 7 or 8 months, or during the time to delivery, 2 weeks before delivery. Then that's this preeclampsia. You have preeclampsia. By this time, it can cause all kind of health issues. Sometimes you lose the baby. Sometimes the baby come out with health issues. The mother too, right? And again, it's just something that we need to bring awareness to. So with that being said and done, I think I met Miss Jessica maybe about 2.5 weeks ago at a event, and we were talking about it, and I just shared to her what I do. And then she said to me, yeah, she told me her story about having preeclampsia and her loss. And she said, hey, I want to share my story. I want to bring awareness. And I was like, absolutely, sister girl, absolutely, queen. We're going to put you on the platform, the Mama Bear Show, so you can bring this awareness and wherever else. Because we know, and I don't want to get off, be spiritual, get off topic. We know when something occurs in our life, and we come out of that, and we're coming out miraculously and on fire. But we also know deep in that we're supposed to share the story. We're going to find that avenue because it's our missionary work, right? It's what God or the ancestors or the universe, whatever you believe in, it's what you're supposed to do, because you never know, your situation may help someone else. So Miss Jessica is on our show. I'm going to get out the way and let her just kind of share her story. And then one more thing, not only that, she's going to share it here. I believe in October, I told her I'm going to have on another platform, my Mommy Mingo, because I'm a doula. I work with pregnant moms, and they need to hear this so we can bring awareness. So without further ado, the beautiful Miss Jessica, please go ahead and just introduce yourself. And don't just say, I'm Jessica. Tell everything you do, because you do a lot. I don't want, I'm just Jessica. Tell everything you do, and then just share with us your story, please.
Well, my name is Jessica. I am a mother of 3, 2 girls and a boy. I've been in Sacramento for about 7 years now. I don't really know what else to say about myself, but regarding the eclampsia situation, it happened to me May of 2020. So, COVID shut down. Everything had just happened. Doctors were they don't know what to do. Oh, we're going to see you inpatient. Sometimes we're going to go through Zoom. They're basically telling me that I'm further, along, where everything was healthy. They didn't really need to see me that often. We could just look through Zoom.
Recording in progress.
So I had went to I had started bleeding, and I didn't know what was going on. I called. I felt a gush. I felt a gush, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, what is that? Is it just some type of discharge? Like, what is it? And I went down, like, just please don't let it be blood. I don't know why. I just said, I just don't let it be blood. And I went, and it was blood down there. So I called the nurse. I was already complaining about headaches. I was complaining about my back hurting. I was getting big and swelling. And they were saying, oh, it's normal. You just cut back on your eating, like your diet probably is eating too much. And with you working from home now, you're not getting enough exercise. So, everything is fine. 3 days before this had happened, I had my ultrasound. Everything looked fine. It was just me and the ultrasound tech. The doctor didn't even come in to see me. She just seen the photos on her side of the screen. It was like everything was okay. So they didn't take my blood pressure, anything on my last doctor's appointment. And so back to the day of it leading, I was rushed to Kaiser Roseville. All I remember saying was, I'm 34 weeks pregnant and I believe I passed out. I was in a coma for 3 days. When I woke up, they had the emergency C-section. He was delivered within 10 minutes of me walking to the hospital. They did the emergency C-section to get him out. When I woke up from the coma, I had another seizure. So I went back into the coma and then woke up a few hours later. And then after that, I woke up in a basement because they tried to say I had COVID. And my mom was saying, no, test her again. No, you need to test. And at the time, she couldn't come in the hospital because of COVID. So I was basically there alone. And they did another COVID test and it was negative. They said, well, she must have ammonia. So then they ended up moving me. And I'm still not knowing what's going on with my baby. I don't know. He's in a NICU. I just know I delivered. His dad was in and out the hospital taking care of my other 3 children. And so when they finally told me my baby was brain dead because he did not get the oxygen to his brain because I had placenta abruption. And they kept asking me, well, that happens. Well, were you in a car accident? Did you fall? And I'm like, no, I've been on bed rest. I've been, working from home. I don't leave the house. Nothing's happened. So, so I felt as if they're trying to, put it on me, like I did something wrong because I'm asking them how did this happen. I'm like, oh, we don't know how it happened. It just happens. It just happens. And I lost my baby 2 weeks later because he had no activity, he just wouldn't function. They said if he lived, he would have been a vegetable, or he, would possibly be autistic, like just all the negatives I could hear in the world. So that's the downside to that. Is I lost my child. I lived, thank God, I have 3 other kids to take care of. So that is a blessing. But me losing my son has just been very hard for me these past couple of years. And I really had no one to talk to because no one's been through it. Nobody in my circle. And like Rainisha said, I had wrote my story on Facebook and I'm friends with one of her friends and she kind of just put us together. And Rainisha has been a godsend. Like I could call her, talk to her anytime. She has me on her prayer line, constantly praying for me. We did a prayer before we came onto the Zoom. So she has just been very, very, very helpful to me in my life at this time.
So did you hear what she said? Did you hear what Ms. McQueen Jessica just said? Remember, she said they diagnosed her with everything and she's already complaining, saying I'm having these symptoms. I'm dizzy, high blood pressure, all of this. And they're telling her what they thought she was sick with, the COVID. And thank God you had your mama to advocate for you. Mama Bear, test my baby again. She don't have COVID. That's intuition. She knew that. And then, you had the pneumonia, everything, right? And all it was a simple early detection. If they just would have ran tests and knew that you had preeclampsia. And then again, you said you lost your baby and you're so brave for talking about this. I want to stop and just commend you for this. And thank you. You're so brave for talking about this. It was because the baby wasn't getting that blood and that placenta and that oxygen. And if they'd have just taken the time early enough to understand and do tests, they would have been able, because believe me, preeclampsia is preventable with proper rest, proper diet, and blood pressure medication. And guess what? It usually, once you have the baby deliver the baby, once you're done with the delivery, the blood pressure goes down. It elevates back to its normal, being normal. So, and about that time, everyone was blaming everything on COVID because we were ignorant ourselves. We didn't know what was going on. Somebody just told us it's COVID and you do this, wash your hands and don't touch the chicken and don't chase the dog and all of this mess, right? And that's what I'm being comical, but it's also sad that my sister had to go through this loss because of, them just not, I remember I said disparities in the health system with us. It is. They don't know how to treat us. They don't know how to care for us and they don't want to, right? Mm-hmm. So I just commend you for your story and you're brave. And I guarantee you this someone will see this because you can always go back and watch this, but this is not the first time you're going to tell your story, Miss Jessica, because you have to bring the awareness. You do. It's something you have to do because it's an experience. Miss Rainisha, I don't want to be desensitized to you. You also said, would you like to share your story with us tonight?
Yeah, sure. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Fine. Okay,
Yes.
good. As Jessica mentioned, again, we met through a mutual person. She had shared her story on Facebook, and then my best friend had reached out to Jessica saying, "Oh, my best friend went through the same thing." Mine was a little bit different. I had already delivered. I have two children who are 16 and 14, and then I have a 3-year-old, Makai. So I delivered him June 26, 2019. July the 4th, I was at a family barbecue, and I was complaining of a headache. And this is what I'm told because again, I'll share it with you guys in a minute. This is what I was told. I was complaining of a headache at the family barbecue. The next day, July 5th, my 16-year-old found me having a seizure on the floor. I was told that he turned me over because I was choking off my tongue, and he called 911. They came and got me. My mom and my sister, all of them came to the hospital. They placed me in a medically induced coma. I was in a coma for about 2.5 weeks, almost 3 weeks. When I came out of the coma, I had lost memory. I didn't have no memory. I didn't know who the baby was. I didn't know who my children were. I didn't know what was going on. And to this day, I still suffer from seizures. I had one actually a couple days ago. Had one in church a couple weeks ago. My license is suspended because I was driving with my baby in the car one day last year, and my car went over the overpass with my baby in the car. So my license is suspended. Unfortunately, Jessica had to go through, losing her baby. I am blessed that my baby is still here. He's my prayer warrior. He loves to pray and worship, and it's like it's nothing but God. But like you said, it's real. I never even really knew about eclampsia, preeclampsia. I've always heard it on maternity ward, but never actually met someone that dealt with it, never seen the severity of it. So I'm just dealing with it. And I still to this day deal with it, with the seizures and everything. To the point now that I actually have an appointment tomorrow with my neurologist to talk about a neural pace being placed in my head because of the seizures. Which I'm kind of have to pray about that because I'm like, y'all not gonna do no brain surgery on me. I need to pray about that one. But yeah, that's my story.
I appreciate that. Yes. And again, I get this. Some things are very sensitive to me, and I can feel my pressure rising. Again, because again, I'm a doula and a pregnancy coach, and usually when my mom's coming to me with those symptoms, and they say the doctor didn't listen, I'm in there like a raging bull. Did you check for preeclampsia? How many times has she told you? What are you not listening to? Are you listening? And sometimes they say that I'm one hospital kind of like banned me for a little while. They told me I was an angry Black woman. I was like, you don't even know me like that. You don't want to see me angry. You don't know me. Don't label me. But I'm passionate and I'm an advocate for my mamas because you guys are not listening. And believe me when I say to you that some say, because Serena Williams went through the same thing and she has money. So it has nothing to do with your economical background. It has nothing to do with anything. It's just a disparity and inequity in the African-American community. They just don't listen. And this is a very common theme. for infant mortality and our moms too. And at the end of the day, like I said, it's like it's taboo because it's not enough awareness, but it's something that it's a stigma and it needs to be brought to the light and talked about and consciously awareness about it. I see Mr. Will. I'm gonna go ahead and Mr. Will, do you want to speak or do you want me to read what you put in the chat? Because we were gonna welcome your. Ain't nobody shy on my show because I'm not shy. I'm a mute. You want to say what you said in that chat?
No, you're fine. You can actually read it. I'm just being of support, actually. This is good dialogue. Though, good to see that you actually have this platform. You know, people tell their stories. But you go ahead and read it, though, by all means.
Okay. My brother Will says, sometimes you have to ride that fine line between rude and assertive to get the service you require. And isn't that the truth? That is the truth. And for them to listen to you, right? Because they already have these stigmas on us. And don't categorize me, don't put me in a boat. But Miss Jessica, Miss Jessica, tell us, because I know you quiet, and I don't know, you wasn't that quiet at the table, put you on the spot. What else is it that you do? And how has this, if you don't mind me asking, what have you been doing since then? And how has this impacted your family? And Miss Rainisha, that said, those same questions will apply to you if you'd like to answer. How have this impacted you and what have you been doing since then?
Did you want Jessica to go first?
Oh, yes, I'm sorry, please.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. I've been educating myself more on what actually preeclampsia is because I never heard of it. I heard it was called toxemia, I believe, and but either or, I didn't know what was going on. So I feel if I was a little bit more educated myself, I could have been more assertive with the doctors on my symptoms and why I feel this way, because I feel that I was completely ignored. And with the placenta abruption, they did say that it would be complicated to probably carry again, which now I do kind of believe because I have suffered 2 miscarriages since the loss of my son. So it has affected me mentally and as a woman, like, oh my gosh, can I have another baby? Or, so it has affected me a lot. And I do blame the doctors. I blame them for not listening to me. But so now I just try to educate myself more. I openly talk about it to people, especially Black women, when as soon as I hear, oh, I'm getting a headache, go check your doctor, make sure, because this happened to me. I don't want to. So I'm real vocal. I'm real shy, but when it comes to this topic, I'm real vocal because it has affected my family as a whole, even my kids. So it's a lot when we had to come home and tell them that the baby passed away. And then I was going through funeral homes to get him cremated and stuff. So it took a lot out of me. And still to this day, I feel like I never got a chance to grieve because I'm a mother of 3. So I have to keep going and support my family. So it's just, it's been a roller coaster emotionally, mentally. I had to go see the mental health doctors and stuff, and they just want to shove pills down my throat and for depression and anxiety and all this other stuff. So I'm still dealing with it, going to continue to deal with it, I believe. So yeah, that's what I've been going through.
Yeah, there's no timeline on grief, and when if and when you want to just shout, cry, scream, or roll in the grass, you better do it. You better do it. But I do commend you so much for your story. And I Miss Rainisha, I'm gonna get to you. But I do see a hand in my audience, Mr. Lucas. You have your hand?
Yes, thank you. And this goes out to Miss Rainisha, and then also Miss Jessica. Either one of you may be able to answer this question. But in retrospect, would there be something that, as a dad, a father could be able to do to look at some of these symptoms, or be prepared, or be able to stand up and be assertive along with, um, the woman with preeclampsia? Is there a way to try to inform fathers to be more prepared for something like that?
I would reference back to what Miss Jessica said. Just educate yourself. Educate yourself. Don't rely on the woman to do so because she's carrying. You can be a teamship. Let's educate ourselves together. Reach out to people like Miss Lashana that is educated in this. Like educate yourself basically. Even like David said, there's a fine line between being rude and assertive. Just making sure that you're treated with the proper health. Treated with the proper treatment basically as your healthcare provider. Especially with African Americans, they feel like they give us the bottom of the barrel type of stuff, and it's like you can't that can't happen. So I would say just educate yourself.
And I guess you should just go right into how has it affected you and what have you done since then, please.
I will say I had to move back home with my mom because of the seizures. It's not fair that my other two children have to be, so to say, healthcare providers, watching me have seizures and things. So I did move back with my mom, so I kind of lost my independence. I won't even say kind of, I did lose my independence. I don't drive. Um, I've even, because of the memory loss that I still suffer with to this day, I lost my career job because of, they didn't, my basically my seizures, I was having them at work. To this day, I had one at work a couple weeks ago, at my new job. But God is still good because I not only did I lose a job, I got a promotion. So, it's like with the devil, with enemy meant for evil, God meant for good. So it's like, um, unfortunately, I can't have any more kids because I did have cervical cancer while carrying my baby. I did, make the choice to continue my pregnancy with cervical cancer. So I can't have any more kids. They did, recommend that I get radiation shortly after, which I did. Because I didn't want to go through that again, being in a coma, my other two kids having to worry about is mommy going to live, being on a ventilator. It's already bad enough that they have to see me having seizures to this day. So yeah, I would just, my testimony is basically God is still good. He's still in control. And, I was happy that I was able to meet Jessica and just able, just pray with her and just give her words of encouragement and tell her, she's heard, she's always prayed for, and she's always in my prayers.
I love it. Thank you so much. And I want to open the forum up to the audience. Does anyone have any input or any questions at this time? Please, again, I'm not shy. Don't be shy. This is the Mama Bear Show. We talk around here. It takes support on all of our ends, right? If we don't do it, who else is? So I'm just leave it open. If you want to say something, unmute yourself. If not, that's fine too. But
I would, if I can interject real quick. Okay. I think based off of Mr. Marks's question, what might have been some of the signs though? And that's open up to either Jessica or Rainisha. What were some of the signs? I remember there was a mention of headaches. Was there anything else that one could look out for as well besides the headaches?
The swelling. They say swelling face and hands. You do swell. Vision impaired. I don't know what that meant, but I did feel something going with my vision, but it wasn't like alerted where, oh, I'm going to go to the hospital. Difficulty urinating. I remember a night where I kept trying to go, but it's like, it's not going. But I'm like, do I have a UTI? Like, what's going on? But I didn't. So that was a sign to me too. But again, if I was educated on that, I would have known. So high blood pressure. So yeah, my blood pressure was sky high when I went to the emergency room. Doctors saying they don't even know how I made it to the hospital. I was supposed to be dead because my blood pressure was just so high. And with all the blood that I lost from the placenta abruption, I lost like 1.5 liters of blood. So I needed 2 blood transfusions while I was in the coma. So
When you say high blood pressure, right? I noticed that these doctors, it's kind of like they're changing the definition of what it looks like to have high blood pressure. It used to be like the ideal was like 120 over like I think 70 or 80 or something like that. Yeah. Now if you go in there and you're like 140 something, over like 90. Oh, that's not bad. It's slightly higher. It's normal. So what's do you recall what your numbers were?
I don't remember.
Okay.
And Brother Will, thank you for bringing that up. It is supposed to be 120 over 89. That's normal, right? But you're so right. Even with hypertension, and because I have it, and I lost a late husband due to hypertension. We would go in and they would tell us that 160 over, for your age and weight, that's normal. When again, you're getting those headaches, your feet are swelling. I'm a little woman, my feet should not be swelling because you're retaining water. You can't go urinate like what's happening is your liver and your kidneys is not filtering like it's supposed to. So you're retaining that water and that salt, right? And so that's where the swelling comes from, and your vision and the headaches. Or if you turn your head, I don't know if anyone experienced, you might turn your head quickly and you see little specks in front of you. That's hypertension. And then you go to the doctor and you like telling them, this is what's going on. And they know. You can Google this stuff and you have the symptoms there and you going, hey, this is what on med.com or Google, and here's our symptoms. Oh, that's normal. Don't worry about it. You're going to be fine. You understand? So you're right. I'm glad you brought that up, Will, Brother Will, about the fictitious numbers of what is normal for hypertension. Because that's what I said. It's fictitious. It's fictitious.
Yeah, that bottom number I know though too, sis, is it's actually 80, 85 or lower is where you want that at.
Did someone else have something to say? I'm sorry, I don't want to. If we had about 7:07, if you guys don't mind, I want to read this article and I can share it again. I couldn't share it on my screen. For some reason, it did not pull up. But let me read this, and it's coming actually from Norton Healthcare. Let me put on my glasses. This is what happens when you get a little bit of age on. You need spectacles. But let me read you this semi-article about preeclampsia in African American women. And I want you to please listen to what I'm going to read because it's very pertinent information. It says pregnant African American women are far more likely to have preeclampsia than white women. Frequency and severity of potential fatal but very treatable preeclampsia significantly higher for Black women. Preeclampsia is a potentially fatal pregnancy condition characterized by high blood pressure. It's 60% more common in Black women than white women, according to the Healthcare Cost Utilization Project. Left untreated, preeclampsia can lead to complications, even death for mama and the baby. Black women are more likely to develop preeclampsia and to experience poor outcomes associated with the condition. In rare cases, death, studies authors have wrote. HCUP is sponsored by the Federal Government Agency for Healthcare Research. Symptoms of preeclampsia, also referred to as toxemia. So there's two names for it, preeclampsia and toxemia. Again, toxemia meaning that the placenta is not getting the blood and your blood is not circulating and your kidneys are not filtering out the stuff it doesn't need so it can feed into you properly and the baby. Include high blood pressure, and protein in the urine occurring after the 20th week of pregnancy. Breaking down 20 weeks, that's 5 months. Preeclampsia is estimated to complicate 3% to 6% of all pregnancies. That's a pretty high number, 3 to 6% complicate. That's pretty high numbers. It says the rate of preeclampsia in the U.S. has increased 25% in the past 2 decades, according to the American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists. It is the leading cause of maternal and infant illnesses and deaths. You hear that? That's right here. They're telling us that this is an issue. They are aware of the issue, but yet and still, they have the information. And when I come in with my symptoms and I'm telling you what's going on, you're ignoring me. You're ignoring me. So I see Miss Pope has her hand up.
Hi, everyone. I have a question about the symptoms and whatnot. Is this only for women that are pregnant, or is this in general as well?
Preeclampsia, it only occurs in pregnant women. However, it's the same signs as hypertension or high blood pressure. It's the same signals. So yes, but preeclampsia, and usually, Ms. Pope, it goes away supposedly after you deliver or have the baby, but it doesn't satisfy the situation because you have it, and it needs to be detected early so we can save our mom and save our baby and save the severe damage or the death it may cause. Hey, Miss Renisha.
So like in my case, and I know you're not a neurologist, whatever, but you have experience with this. In my situation, like because I dealt with the coma as Jessica did as well, I'm still dealing with this. I'm still to this day dealing with, like I said, I just had one a couple days ago. I'm still dealing with it. I've even had them in my sleep. So it's like, is there ever that where it's, because I know there's pre and then there's eclampsia after you have the baby, correct?
Yes, you're right. Correct.
Because he's 3 now.
Yeah, right.
He a grown man now.
But yeah. I'm and like I said, I'm just so mad for you. I'm so angry for you because it could have all been preventable. And like you said, your whole life is altered. You have it. You are now, like you said, not even independent, right?
Yeah.
And what are they doing about that? It's not a question towards you, but you're like, damn, what are y'all gonna do?
Yeah, and like I said, hopefully, my mom keeps saying you should just change provider because Kaiser is just they're not for you. So, I have been looking at, like I said, I just got a promotion. So hopefully I'm gonna probably change over my physicians to UC Davis. I used to work for UC Davis. I know that they are a teaching hospital. They're very more kind of in tune with, stuff like that. So all of them to me is like, when it's this, they don't care. I mean, honestly.
And I appreciate you saying that. I'm biased. I'm gonna be biased right now. UC Davis to me is one of the best hospitals in Sacramento.
Like I said, I used to work there. I used to have their insurance. I had Kaiser because it was convenient. Everything is in the same thing. That's why I had Kaiser, because it's convenient. My neurologist, he don't even speak. I'm gonna be on the phone tomorrow with him about my brain, my MRI, results on that. So I'm gonna be over there asking him what did he say again, because I ain't better understand them.
See, and it's not funny. See, you treat me, you can't speak my language. It's
right.
How you treat me, you can't even speak my language. Say my name correctly first.
Exactly. And I had even told them, I said, I even asked them, I said, well, can you guys take me off of work for a little bit longer? Oh, no, Miss Anderson, we can't do that. I'm like, well, listen, like, you guys have tried 3 medications. To this day, I take 3 medications a day. And it's like, I'm still having seizures. So like I said, I'm not going to be against the brain surgery, but I need to be more educated on it. And then I do want to seek a second opinion before I do that, because maybe UC Davis are like, no, we don't have to do that. We can just give you this, So
please do. See, this is where we as individuals, as mamas, daddies, community workers, as whatever hat we wear in a day, we have to advocate for ourselves, right? Mm-hmm. We cannot depend on anyone. Look, God knows my body better than me, and then I know my body. So I'm gonna need you to listen, Mr. Doctor, professional, nurse, lady, person, because I'm telling you what's going on. All you need to do is listen to me and let's work together, right? So if we don't advocate for ourselves, we'll let's just call it like it be. We'll keep dropping like flies. We'll be somebody's plant, okay, some plant soil, right? If we don't advocate for ourselves. And Rainisha, why don't you just look into getting all specialists? Just get specialists. Forget the doctors. Get you some specialists because that's what they specialize in.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Because I said, I'm tired of it being a hindrance to me. Like I said, my memory has came back a lot. I'll still ask the same question, and David, he could tell you the same. D. Will could tell you the same thing. He like, I just told you that about 3 minutes ago, and I'll ask the same question. But
you gonna blame
my memory.
Or will.
So you gonna blame it on that? You're not gonna blame it on having them kids. You're not gonna blame it on having them kids. Okay, we get no time.
Hey, I do use my memory loss to my advantage. Sometimes I won't lie about that, but but no, it did. Like I said, it impacted a lot. And my mom was like, "That's because you're too old to be having a baby." I said, "No, them doctors didn't listen." Like I said, there was a headache thing. Like I said, it started like Jessica said, start off with the headache. I used to have I was diagnosed with DVT where my whole left leg had swelled up. My whole left leg had swelled up, and this is. I'm even noticing now that my legs started to swell up again. So I'm like, okay, I'm just falling apart, Lord. So, I'm just like, come on.
And we also need to know what medicines work for our bodies as Black people. WebMD, when my husband was sick, my late husband was sick, they was putting this dude on all kind of medicines. And I was like, wait, hold on. Let me research that. No, according to research, that is not for us. The melanin in our skin or our skin pigmentation cannot handle all that. No, I'm being comical for real. We need to, don't just take it. Research it first. Because a lot of times we're taking that medicine and it's causing more issues than we had in the beginning, right? Research it. And if you see it's not going to work, then they need to find an alternative, or you know what, I'm going to come back and I'm going to have something more holistic or something I can do. Right? Because they don't know how to treat us. So again, I'm gonna keep quoting on that advocacy. It is 7:17, and again, I don't want to overlook anyone. Does anyone else in the audience have anything else to say? We're gonna wrap it up soon. No?
I do kind of want to say something.
Yes.
It's on topic, but off topic. My dog had eclampsia. So I'm like, it's an animal's too. Like, I'm like, I need to really educate myself because she is a Maltese poodle, very little. So she wasn't really supposed to have puppies, and she had 3, and they were just too big for her, just all sucking up all her milk. After she had them, because that's when she had eclampsia. She started having seizures. She was foaming at them. I'm like, oh my gosh, what's wrong with her? And we took her to the vet. They said, yeah, she has eclampsia. I'm like, this is crazy. I never heard of this ever except 3 years ago, 2020, when I had mine. So yeah, I just felt it was really weird that a dog had it.
It's real. It's related to pregnancy, but again, it really can be prevented if they would take the time out to listen. That's the reason why I go hard or go dumb with the work I do. I'm a doula and I'm passionate, and I teach my mamas and my families and their partners or their support system, talk, speak up. Don't be afraid. Let me assist you. You need me to be, if I can't be there physically, do I need you FaceTime me? Because I got an iPhone. Messenger me because I got Messenger, or I have another platform, whatever, or put me on speaker, whatever we got to do, but they're going to listen to you today, right? So that's why I go in and hard and dumb with the work I do as a doula, as a pregnancy coach, because, I experienced several losses when I was having several years ago. And I know how it is I don't know how to explain it. I don't want to get too sentimental, but to lose a child, it just takes something out of you, something that you can never replace. And it's something that it will always be on your mind because you're like, darn, what would have been? What could have been? What could I have done? You always find that moment And the last one I had probably was over 12 years ago. I still have my moments where I'm like, did I do something wrong? What did I do wrong? So it's nothing you will never, just more than the loss of a baby or a child. It's never something you get over, and that's the mental, that wears on your mental. And so I want all of you to please remember self-care. I know most of you have my information. I'm gonna put my phone number and stuff in the chat. Again, my name is LaShanya Brazell. I am a mother of 4 grown adults. I have a grandson baby that's 3. I'm a doula. I'm a pregnancy coach. I'm also with United and Guided. If you heard Mr. Lucas, you see that UAG. I'm the mama bear of United and Guided there. I'm also soon to be certified in peer support mediation or for mental health. Yes, ma'am. I'm starting those courses next year.
No,
right?
that's right.
If I can talk to my peer and help them challenge through that day, with doggone it, I'm going to do that. And again, there's the way these dollars are set up, they're coming down from the pipeline. If y'all may want to look into it as well, get yourself certified, get some certification up your belt, right? A little residual income, but you also can support someone. And they can't say, well, you can't do that because you don't got no certification. The devil is a lie. Here it is right here.
Right.
So y'all, I just say don't limit yourself. We shouldn't limit ourselves, especially when the pandemic hit, right? Wow, people was pulling out their skills. You didn't know you had a skill, but you had a
Exactly.
So I say make that work for you. But yeah, get your certifications. Miss Jessica, I do encourage you, and Miss Renisha, get your certifications in peer mediation. Miss Renisha seems like she knows what I'm talking about. So I'm putting my information in the chat as we speak. We do these shows every Sunday. If you guys want to get on or have a topic you want to talk about, please just reach out. We also have our Papa Bear's Village for the guys on here, for the gentlemen, our Papa Bear Village every Sunday, 10 o'clock to 3, out there at Tahoe Park. We have our basketball camp. We cook. We play kickball. But we want to say that's our mental health day for our fathers. We mainly work with fathers. We do mothers too, but mainly our fathers. And it's just a support group for we do service Black fathers, but all fathers are welcome. Just to get them a bond or show them techniques or get their mental together so they can be the best Black fathers possible and husbands or whatever to their family, right? Because they say black men, the Black family doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. The lies they tell. We do exist. So, and we know that fathers are very important in our children's lives. So I don't have anything else unless anyone else has something else want to add.
No, but this is great that you are starting something like this. This is like I said, when Jessica said this, I was like, oh, that's great. This is something, it's something, it's something I like stuff like this. I'm glad that I'm glad that she's sharing her, her story.
Perfect. Yes. And like I said, I do this every Sunday. So Miss Renisha and all of y'all would like to invite you back. Last week I did a course on parenting, how to be a parent, from the little people, look at that little house and do, from the little people all the way to adults. So please do not let this be your last time visiting the Mama Bear Show. All are welcome every Sunday. You never know if you want a topic or have a topic that you can be my host and come on and speak. So without further ado, again, thank you all for joining the Mama Bear Show with Shania Breeze, and be prosperous, stay cool, and just protect your energy over the week. Okay.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you so much, all. Have a good evening.
Thank you.
Take away the door. Mommy, I want